Anton and Irene launch a new website. Is Sketch unnecessarily filling up your hard drive? How Google finally got design. And WWDC 15 brings OSX El Captain, iOS 9 and watchOS 2. It's Tuesday 9th of June and this is News on Design. Anton and Irene, formerly Manhattan agency directors turned Brooklyn designers, have launched a rather lovely new website. The combination of playful imagery mixed with clean typography and striking colours all add up to a pretty unique agency website. The homepage sets the tone with quirky photography, which changes on hover. Then as you scroll down the page, various elements build in, guiding you through the content, which gives a real sense of flow. Real time and effort has gone into the in-depth and individually designed case study pages. These are a real treat to look through and have a feel not too dissimilar to reading a beautifully designed magazine article. It's really refreshing to see an alternate approach to agency site design. A Medium post cropped up last week highlighting an issue with Sketch. Thomas Deggery from iStrategy Labs was pretty alarmed to see that Sketch was taking up between 60 and 200 gigabytes of hard drive space due to a version control system after one of his design team kept getting a full hard drive warning on their machine. Every time he hit save on his keyboard, he noticed 30 megabytes would be added to the document revisions folder. Over time, this built up into a gigantic folder size. There doesn't seem to be a fix for the issue at the moment, though you can force Sketch to stop version control by pasting this line into terminal. Here's hoping Bohemian Coding add an option to disable version control in the near future. Fast Company wrote a great article on the evolution of design principles at Google. The article looks into how Google changed its stance on design over the past decade, from being something that was pretty much shrugged off and ignored to what we see today, an integral component of the organisation with material design. Perhaps the most interesting part of the article is reading how key members of the design team progressively pushed the importance of design. For example, Evelyn Kim, UX designer, is quoted in saying, "To convince people about design, we had to say, this is going to solve user problems. It will take less steps or people will find that perfect place for a romantic dinner," says Kim. "You always have to frame it as if these are the people we're trying to help. You try to say, this is important as a company to help not ourselves, but something bigger than that." The article closes by looking at problems Google still has yet to conquer, like the fact that less than 10% of all Android devices have Lollipop installed, the first operating system to use material design despite being released last autumn. And finally, Apple unveiled updates for OS X, iOS and watchOS yesterday with performance improvements across the board. OSX El Captain brings some interesting updates, in particular Split View, which lets you fill your screen with two apps simultaneously. Also, Apple's font San Francisco will finally make it to desktop. iOS brings a News app and an updated Notes app amongst other updates. The new Notes app will let you turn lists into checklists, sketch thoughts with the tip of your finger, and take photos from within the app. These features could be pretty handy for quickly jotting things down in project meetings. And watchOS 2 brings time-lapse watch faces, time travel using the digital crown, and a nightstand mode which turns the watch into a bedside digital display. Also, apps will be able to take advantage of the Taptic engine, digital crown, accelerometer, heart rate sensor and microphone. So that's a roundup of the past week's digital design activities. You can find links to all the things discussed in the description below, and make sure to subscribe for future updates. See you next week.